A moment of silence for all the fallen Omis out there. Hello and welcome to the Crypto Jungle. My name is Blue the Bear, and here on the channel we combine fundamentals with technicals so that you're better prepared to navigate the cryptocurrency markets. So in today's video, I want to talk about Olympus DAO. Is Olympus dead? Is the DAO model a dumb model that just doesn't work? Are all the forks just doomed forever? Well, I think the forks are kind of a money grab anyways, but let's focus on Olympus. I think that OM token is one of the most important projects in all of DeFi. I have maintained this bias. I have maintained this opinion at $1,000 and I'll maintain it at fucking $70. This is one of the most important projects in all of DeFi, in my opinion, my not financial advice opinion. And we're going to dive into the fundamentals of Olympus, and we're going to go into the technicals of Olympus as well. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Olympus DAO, the decentralized reserve currency. What does that mean? What is significant about protocol-owned liquidity? Now, I'm sure a lot of you are clicking the video, you're already Omis, and you're just wondering what's going on. If we hit the bottom, are we ready to go back up? Are we ready for a rally? And we will get to that. But for those who are new to this or have never heard of Olympus or how DeFi liquidity is organized currently, this is a very profound protocol. Now, it comes with extreme risk. This is like as high as you can get on the risk spectrum. There's like investing in Olympus DAO and flipping fucking JPEGs. This is high risk shit. So I want to make that very clear that this is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only, so that you understand these protocols so that you can make your own decisions. That is the thesis of the channel. So decentralized reserve currency, specifically on the note of protocol-owned liquidity. Now, as it stands right now, if I'm a Uniswap or a SushiSwap or a decentralized exchange, how I am able to allow you to trade on my exchange is I incentivize other people to come and put their coins in my application, okay? So if somebody wants to trade Ethereum, I need to convince somebody, go put your Ethereum in my application, go put your USDC in my application, and I'm gonna give you Uni tokens in reward. Now that doesn't give a ton of value to the Uni token, and it's kind of parasitic. At any point, people could be like, nah, I'm done, and they can pull their liquidity, and now my app is useless. With Olympus DAO, they are building a treasury. This is kind of a one-way street. The liquidity goes in and it doesn't go out. So this provides a ton of stability to DeFi, because you have this powerhouse, this market-making powerhouse, where the liquidity goes in, and in return, I'm just selling you OM tokens at a discount. So this is really capitalizing on the human greed aspect of investment. Humans love arbitrage opportunities. Humans love yield. And if we take a look at the yield, current APY is at 916%. To all the other Omis out there, you know that this was at 100,000%. You know that this was at 6,000 and 7,000%. And you know that it was much higher as well. Now, this is kind of deceptive because the APY is denominated in Olympus tokens, which means that this is the inflation rate of Olympus. So everybody is freaking out in traditional finance because the dollar's at 7% inflation. Fucking Olympus DAO is at 916% inflation, and everybody wants to FOMO in. You really need to understand these protocols, and that this is a long-term venture capital play. The reason that this is important, the reason that this is different, is because the OM stakers get a fraction of that market cap in the form of rebasing. That just means that, as they inflate the currency by 916%, they're also giving you the tokens of 916%. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with the price. There's a lot going on with the protocol. There's a lot going on that you really need to spend at least 8 hours of study time to really understand this protocol. I spent hours trying to prove that it was a scam, and I ended up walking away as this is a top 3 crypto. This is in my #1 highest category of investment. I invest in Bitcoin, I invest in Ethereum, and I fucking invest in Olympus DAO. Again, not financial advice. You do you. I could totally be wrong. But let's enter the app. Let's take a look at some of the things here. So There is, we're kind of in down only mode as it stands right now. These are the bonds. Now the bond market is very interesting because this is where the arbitrage comes into effect. So oftentimes, or sometimes these are actually selling negative right now. So you would actually not get a discount. You would pay more for the Olympus when this is red. But when this is green, they're offering you a discount. So they might offer you 4% discount, 5% discount, sometimes even 10 if you happen to be there at the right time. A 10% off on the Olympus token. And then that just gets you, the holder of DAI, to give Olympus to put money into the treasury so that the treasury is able to run applications. When the treasury is really robust, it can become a sushi swap. It can become a uni swap. It can become a curve pool application. Honestly, the liquidity is bandwidth inside of DeFi, and the more liquidity we have organized, the more applications we can run. So this is what makes me so bullish on Olympus, is the notion of a really robust treasury where now we have liquidity as a service. We can provide this liquidity to an application. You want to run a DEX? We got you. You want to run a liquidity pool for one-to-one stablecoin swaps? We got you. And as this grows in popularity, we continue to offer bonds. We continue to sell bonds and put liquidity into the treasury, growing it more and more and more. Now, how is that a good thing? You're probably thinking to yourself, if everybody just buys this at a discount, there's going to be a ton of selling pressure built into Olympus because you can just buy it at a discount and fucking sell it. All people are doing is just selling the tokens. That is true, but we'll get to the point where the bonds are going to level off and they're not going to be so aggressive. We're in a growth phase. We're trying to expand the supply of Ohm out there so that it's available for all of these apps. Once that growth phase slows down, currently we're at 900% APY. We want to get it down to 6. We want to get it down really, really low. And once we get to that point, now there's not going to be a ton of parasitic liquidity inside of Olympus, and there's going to be a lot of beneficial liquidity inside of Olympus. And that is going to be the turning point where this really becomes like the be-all, end-all, number one most important application in DeFi because of how robust the treasury is. This is why I highly this is very, very highly regarded on my top list of investments in crypto in general. But you need to understand that it's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be a very wild ride. So if you are not a fan of volatility, if you are not a fan of intense sell pressure, if you're looking for a quick flip with high risk, dude, just go to the NFTs. Don't go to Olympus. Olympus is very high risk, and it's not, it's not a quick flip. This is something that I'm going to be in for 10 years. And when 10 years is up, I will either have made a bunch of money or I will have a bunch of useless fucking coins. So you need to be able to realize that that's kind of the way things are. So let's, I've rambled on about Olympus long enough. Let's kind of talk about the technicals, because the technicals are looking not too bad. We'll go down here to Geom. I like to chart Olympus on the Geom price. Now, for those who don't know, there is Ohm, the token. That's what's trying to be the reserve currency. That's what's trying to be kind of the dollar of DeFi. And then there's Geom. Geom is the price of Olympus. Let's actually go back to the app. It's the price of Olympus times the index. Now, the index, this is a very key point for you to understand, is the amount of Olympus that you would have in your wallet if you staked one Olympus on the Genesis block. So if you happen to be around at the Olympus launch and you staked one Olympus, which I think was like $150 at the time, you would now have 80 Olympus. So this is the power of the rebasing. This is where all of that inflation goes into. The inflation goes into your wallet. So the price of Geom is the price of Ohm times the index, and that's how you get Geom. This is the governance Ohm. This is the Ohm that you might consider flipping. This is the Ohm that you might consider trading. This is the Ohm that's going to really, get the hype going and get people excited. Currently trading at around $6,300. We've kind of bottomed out as far as our indicator is concerned. If we go to the 3-day, we got to turn it on. We got to turn it on. we got a few buy signals at much higher levels with Geom, but yeah, it's definitely hit a temporary floor. We are currently above the weekly average of this, the weekly exponential average, and we're wanting to cross above the monthly average. So we're certainly well below the monthly. We'll get a nice clean buy signal once we clear the monthly average, but as it stands right now, we're still below. Now, if we go to the smaller time frames, we can see a nice little Wyckoff accumulation that's kind of taken place with a few bullish signals in it with the alphanumerics indicator. Links below to the alphanumerics indicator if you are interested in trading this indicator. It's fucking dope. But anyways, we are trending to the upside. It's not super, exciting. Like, we're not making massive gains here, but it is beginning to change the trend. It's showing a little bit of a bottom. The EMAs are flipping bullish, and this is on the 4 hour. So if we can start to translate that into some higher time frames, I definitely could see us getting a rally of maybe 100% up to $12,000 ohm before a retracement back down. There's a lot of negative sentiment towards these types of projects right now. They're very much so doubted as a Ponzi. I'm sure you'll take a look at the comment section, and there's going to be countless of comments saying that this is a Ponzi, this is a scam. Let's agree to disagree. I wholeheartedly approached this trying to debunk it as a scam, and I've already made my position quite clear. But yeah, it's definitely a wild one. It's an interesting one that definitely deserves both your attention and an investment in your time. I've rambled on way too long about this, so I'm going to close it off there. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and if there are any projects that you think I should take a look at, leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.